And you do get free transport to the Norfolk Bacon SS Pork Farm, Dr. Death's Black SS Pigsty, UK's Devil Island, 666 Asylum, because I say we did mark up Diss with 18 black sets to push out the big Freemason fraternal, Diss Mason Council, all their cronies, spies and informers, their big hate campaign, Diss SS Police, Inspector Numbnuts Bunton, Mr. Fixer, you know, people painting me very black, serial killer, paedophile, rapist, ripper, black wizard, terrorist, Diss shooter, black, beyond recognition. So as I say, we put a little bit of spray paint on them and they all lost their minds. You know, it's just to push it all out into the public domain. I never had £21,000 to clear my name. And so you can see the woodyard, you can see Simon Bailey Don't Cry and his blonde toast plainclothes lover for details. You can see Chalk and Co. And you can see the Evergreen Toxic Crown Corporation for details. So like I say, we marked up Diss with 18 black sets, and that did get in the Diss Express. So we're, you know, as I say, I didn't have £21,000 to clear my name, not suing anyone. Roland solicitor, so I had a very good case, character assassination, would be glad to represent me. And I couldn't get legal aid, so 2 tins of aerosol cost us £5.40. So a bit of graffiti in Diss. You know, I was arrested for criminal damage, and I thought, great, well let them take me to court. You know, the post office had the biggest black set, they've always been the big message carriers, super spreaders, carriers of a real deadly serial killer virus in Diss Norfolk UK. Royal Mail, Postie Assassins, Vigilantes, Postie Mayor, Clive Harwood, Noble, Whites and Co. So like I say, I was arrested for a bit of criminal damage, a bit of graffiti, but then taken supposedly to Diss police station for an interview. I took the folder with all the death threats, all full of mad monster, serial killer, paedophile, rapist, ripper, Diss shooter lies. But the interview never took place. They wouldn't let, even though I was under arrest, they broke every Home Office guideline for a person under arrest. They denied me a phone call. A solicitor of my choice, Simon Nichols, from Belmore Solicitors in Norwich, told me no duty solicitor was available because they had a whole different agenda, and they wouldn't do an interview, so none of the evidence was logged. There wouldn't be a paper trail. And then 6 hours in a cell, not even a drink of water, 4 police officers burst into the cell at 16:15, 15-minute free-for-all till 16:30 on my police report, and then I was taken to maximum security, solitary confinement, forced drug with 5 different lots of injections, 3 lots of different injections, and then another 2 injections to counteract all the side effects, all for a bit of graffiti. And then Dr. Death SS Kitson, you know, he put more bogus diagnoses on me than on any serial killer, paedophile, rapist, ripper, black wizard, terrorist, shooter, mass murderer that you can mention, past or present, all for a bit of graffiti. And the reason Diss police wouldn't let me have a solicitor or a phone call, because they knew if I had access to a solicitor, a bit like in the Matrix where you got to reach a phone to escape from the agents in time, because they knew if I had access to a solicitor, the only place I would be going was home, and they wanted me put into their big black box full of monster lies and bogus diagnoses, and buried me down the longest, deepest, darkest, blackest hole where all the monsters are. And there was Inspector Bunton, you know, raging in my face, "We will fix you, Wright, you're dealing with the wrong people." So, like I said, I had all the death threats, the phone calls, wheels coming off, the wheel came off a fully loaded works van, nearly got me killed, and he had a head-on collision with a lorry coming the other way. You know, phone calls day and night, written death threats. So I'm the target of this big campaign. People painting me very black. we put a little bit of graffiti in this, they all lose their minds. I get maximum security and more bogus diagnoses than on any serial killer you can mention, past or present, for a bit of graffiti. And Diss Mason Council, all their crony spies and informers, sending the death threats, you know, phone calls day and night, cutting brake pipes, loosening wheel nuts, they all get a pat on the back. So now I'm really set up, like I say, it's a classic story, over 22 years in the making. Africa, Diss, Norwich and Sandringham, you know, every mad monster black serial killer lion, every Dr. Death SS. So now I was totally set up as the big psycho serial killer, you know, rapist, paedophile, black wizard, terrorist, dish shooter. That was before I was even in the beach hut at Hitcham, 7 miles from Sandringham. So when the body of a girl turned up on New Year's Day, and the word that came off the Royal Sandringham estate that was the Prince Harry's birthday party, Rich Boys BLUFF party, and that was right in the heart of the Royal Sandringham estate, near the stables, not far from Amber Hall, Prince William's residence. And then you've got Wolverton Wood Farm Cottage, SS Sandringham 666 Wolf Pack. Some people like their blood sport human hunting parties. And Black Princess, Black Dukes, Red Dragons, Prince of Darkness, Hybrid Host, Kings in Satan's Service, and their 17-year-old sex trafficked girls. Well, some do not live to tell the tale. They turn up dead on New Year's Day. And they had Sandringham closed down for a month. They reckon there was a killer dog virus there. But they were probably combing the estate knowing that someone was missing and couldn't find her. And then a dog walker found her remains on New Year's Day. So Sandringham's now got a big problem. The hybrid hosts, their crime and not mine. And they need a fall guy. And who's just down the road, staying in a disused beach hut? Johnny Botwright, who's surrounded with monster black serial killer lies and more bogus diagnoses than on any serial killer you can mention, past or present. So they've got their perfect fall guy to cover up their high crime. Yeah, so let's set Johnny Botwright up as the mad, deranged, insane, demon-possessed Jekyll and Hyde Sandringham serial killer, paedophile, rapist, ripper, Clockwork Orange, Norwich train station, mountain bike rapist. Let's set him up as the big monster of Diss. But like I say, all to cover up a high crime and not mine. So that is the story, you know, behind the set. And it's like when I was in Kisumu, staying on the shores of Lake Victoria, there was a big electrical storm over the lake, big bolts of lightning, and the Lord said to me, Johnny, the storm is out. Sorry, the storm is coming. The sword is out in Africa, the sword is out in the Middle East, the sword is out in the Far East, and the sword is out in Europe. And I know it was the Lord's voice in my spirit, because I was really surprised when the Lord said the sword was out in Europe. I could understand Africa, the Middle East and the Far East, but nothing was happening in Europe. And then not long after my return to the UK, the Balkans erupted into real bad atrocities, and we had mass graves on our own front doorstep. There were radar planes up over East Anglia, you know, because they were flying into Belarus and not Belarus, Serbia, and you know, from Lakenheath and the airfields in East Anglia. So there were radar planes up, and once again the sword is out in Europe. The storm is coming, and we are certainly all in range of war. Yeah, we can all take a very big hit. When I was in Russia, I saw scale models of the UK and London, Leningrad, more pins in East Anglia than anywhere else, and the two big red pins, nuclear targets, 33 miles from here, Mildenhall and Lakenheath, US air bases. So like I say, we can all take a very big hit, the unexpected when you least expect it, on a day just like today. Anyhow, God bless. Take care.